You're watching Hootmas with Hoot in the Dark. Hey my fellow Hooties, and welcome to Hootmas, where we talk about that wonderful time of year, Christmas or Hootmas. If you're a fellow Hootie, everyone loves the season for giving, all but one person, William Fontaine de la Tour d'Autrive, or Bill, and we all know he's just one day away from cracking, but I never thought he would crack like, well...
Why do you keep calling me Bill?
Like that. This is one hoot of a Christmas episode, and I can't wait to get to talking about it. Let's not waste any more time. Let's begin Hootmas with King of the Hill, Season 3, Episode 9, Pretty Dresses. You know it's gonna be a Christmas episode when Bill just starts crying in the cold open. I also want to mention the nice sleigh bells during the intro theme. It's just that extra touch of holiday spirit for the episode. And wouldn't you know it, Bill is still crying when he tries to cheer up the group.
I do love Christmas. I like to celebrate the anniversary of when Lenore left me 7 years ago Christmas Eve. Best thing that ever happened to me. Yep.
Well, that's nice, Bill.
Yeah, I tell you what, holidays are the least lonely time of the year.
Boy, it must be fun to have a friend that falls apart most of the time. Just a nice thing to have. But seriously though, I understand it's difficult to have a friend like this. I'm sure some of you fellow Hooties have a Bill in your life that you care about and don't want to upset them because of something that happened in their life, but at some point, you have to talk to them and try to get them past whatever they're struggling through. If not, you'll be dealing with it as long as they are, or have to do what Hank and the others have to do later on, which no one should have to go through. As I said in my review of Season 8, Episode 15, Après Hank le Deluge, there's always someone to talk to when you ever find yourself in Bill's situation. Not the part about his obsession with his ex-wife Lenore, and to this day still keeping the gifts he left for her all these many years ago. The point is, you're not alone, and there is always someone to listen to you and help you through your struggles in life. Hank makes an excuse to go talk to Bill, or just get out of that awkward situation of only having 3 people there. I mean, 4 in a group, that's fine. There's always that one person that keeps the convo going, and there's no awkward moments of silence. But with 3, that's just not right, I tell you what. I can tell Bill is stuck on the idea that one day Lenore will come back and... What? You really think she'll still want to see you at all? If that's the case, she wouldn't have been gone all this time. But Hank is too nice to tell him the truth. He just invites him over to dinner through the holidays, and he really brings the mood down every time.
You know what it makes me think about? Breakups. You ever think about that dead boyfriend of yours?
Well,
I wonder if you'll ever find someone again. I mean, most people just get one relationship in this life.
Luann, honey, can you help me serve at the party? You were such a wonderful hostess last year.
What?
Wow, ain't that a nice way to prepare for the Christmas party? Having Bill be a big wet blanket. And I understand how grief can make someone act the way Bill does in some cases, but it's the Christmas season. I think Bill can act a little less of a Grinch and more jolly. I mean, he sure has the appetite for someone jolly. Sorry. Peggy and Bobby voice their opinions on how Bill is just not the person they want for dinner.
Peggy, a little more than 20 years ago, I set Arlen High's single-season rushing record. Sure, I had legs like a jackrabbit, but Bill Dautrive blocked for me. And the running back who forgets his front line, that's the man I wouldn't want to have to dinner. Shame on you. Shame on you both.
Look, Hank, my man, I get you owe Bill a lot for all he's done for you and the big game and later on in the series, but when your fam tells you, hey, maybe you don't have Bill over for dinner, he's being such a soggy blanket, huh? But all you can do is just shame them because they don't want to spend another night with down in the dumps Dautrive. Shame on you, Hank! Shame on you! So Bill is over for dinner again, but this time he has a friend with him.
So, were they all out of dogs there, Bill?
No, iguanas are very trendy these days. Come on, Lenore.
You named it Lenore?
Well, yeah, I thought he looked like a Lenore. I think he's just not very hungry right now. I mean, with so many new people.
Should I leave?
Thank you. Don't worry. It's dead.
Yeah, he's really the one I want to have dinner with the fam with than the Wan. To not only bring a weird animal into your own home, to call him after his ex, and making your niece leave just to make the dinner nasty by dumping out a live bug on the table for his coping pet to jump on the table to eat. Hank, get your boy! Peggy tells Hank that she can't have Bill over again, and Hank makes more excuses when Bill walks in on them.
Bill?
I dreamt that Lenore came back and stole Lenore, and then Lenore drove off with Lenore, and I ran down the street after him, and I yelled, Lenore! Lenore! And then my teeth fell out. Peggy, you were there. Can I sleep in your living room?
Yes, Bill.
I'm giving you 24 hours to get me out of that man's dreams.
Nah, I'm not gonna try and see things from Hank's point of view at this point. That man went into your house and walked into your bedroom. At that point, you need to hang up and actually do something about Bill. Now, he does.
Bill, I want to have dinner tonight, just the family.
And by that, I mean not have a talk about the iguana on his shoulder, why he called it Lenore, or help get his head on straight, so when he tells Bill to go home, he's having dinner with his fam, that he won't do anything stupid. He just says he wants to have dinner with his family and let Bill walk to his house, his empty, depressing home. Now, I'm not saying I'm new to how Hank thinks. He ain't about them complicated feelings and talking about them with his family, and especially his friends. You've seen who his dad is. He wasn't raised in the best environment for talking out your feelings, or even his mom Tilly wasn't really there when Hank needed someone, since she would always retreat to her world of miniatures when Cotton would have one of his mini episodes. So I do understand why Hank would just let Bill go back to his house, not fully understanding Bill's mental state at that moment, but he will soon. As Hank and his fam finally enjoy dinner, Bill makes a sad spaghetti dinner on the countertop, washing it down with sauce before watching them eat dinner, not creepy at all, and taking Hank's 10-foot ladder.
My 10-footer's gone. Dale? Or Bill? Probably Dale?
Hank's had stuff taken by those two so many times. Those two are his go-to people to look to when something of his goes missing. More times than not, it's Dale. As he repairs the lights, he sees Bill.
What you doing there, Bill? Satellite dish trouble?
No, I'm just up here to myself. Oh!
No!
I don't have anything to add here. It's good Hank got to Bill in time. This whole section of the episode I can't help but just get annoyed by. One is that Hank treats Bill being, depressed as just a phase Bill's going through.
He's just... Peggy, he's not crazy. We've just got to watch him constantly until he snaps out of it.
Hank, that's not going to help Bill, and neither is just sitting back, Dale. I can't believe I'm agreeing with Peggy. Wait, this is before Peggy got worse? Oh, okay. Peggy's right. Bill needs to speak to an actual professional and not just you, Boomhauer, and especially Dale, to babysit him until he snaps out of his mindset, which I don't even want to try to understand how you can just come up to that way of thinking, Hank. But instead, we get a montage of Hank and the others babysitting him as he tries to unsub from his prescription to Life magazine. Yeah, that's it. I'll just say that this isn't what you should do to a friend that's in this mindset. Now, I'm not a professional in the subject, so don't take my hooted opinions as fact, but you should not just treat your friend that's going through something like this, that they're just going through a phase and needs to be monitored 24/7 until they snap out of it. You definitely don't take Bill to a bar where couples are dancing and make Bill even more depressed. Seriously, Boomhauer, what's wrong with you? You're supposed to be the other level-headed one of the boys, aside from Hank. Why would you take Bill there, of all places? Who knows what he'll do in that state of mind?
No!
Wow, thank goodness for this show's hilarious dark humor. But seriously, Boomhauer is in the wrong here. You can go one night without going after the next woman of the night. And him and Dale have the gall to complain that they have to watch over Bill all the time, as Hank feels like he has to take up the job. There's moments in this episode where we see Dale taking Bill's stuff, thinking he's as good as dead anyways. Which I'm not even gonna talk about, so let's just skip ahead to Hank asking for some time off to help Bill.
It's your Christmas party, right? Yeah. You need some time to set up. Well, get it right. You invited our whole dang client sheet.
No, actually it concerns a friend of mine, and, well, it's a matter of life or death, really.
Yeah, wrap it up one way or t'other. And have Donna zero out your vacation days.
Dang it, Bill.
How is this Bill's fault? I'm sorry your friend's mental health is such an inconvenience to you, Hank. Mr. Has It All Together. Let's slap a rifle in your hand and see if you can calmly shoot the targets without having flashbacks of Cotton screaming at you and you don't turn into a sniveling mess. Okay, that was mean, but the point remains, and that was just the first episode of Season 2. And Hank thinks that getting Peggy to set Bill up with a mystery date is also a good idea. Which it's not.
They won't let me have a knife.
You lied to me, Peggy.
Marry me.
Bill?
This is so exciting!
For the love of God, get me my coat.
Lenore! Don't leave me!
Well, that played out as horrifically as I thought it would have. Oh, and don't worry, we're not done yet. But let's actually take a moment to really look at who Peggy thought would be a good match for Bill. What in the angry, lonely librarian is this? Do you really think that Bill could have any kind of relationship with her? I mean, he did date a few older women, but this doesn't look like a good pair, Peggy. Just saying. So after even Lenore ran away from Bill, Hank decides to do what he thinks is what he needs.
The iguana, these presents, this old tree, get rid of this stuff.
When she comes back.
She's never coming back. It's so obvious. She doesn't want this stupid stocking, whatever's in this box, or this. Or this. There. You feel okay?
Yes.
I really don't like what Hank did here. You can clearly see this really messed up poor Bill. I can't believe I'm on the same boat as Peggy again when she seems more concerned with Bill's well-being than Hank seems to be.
I asked him twice. Oh, there's that lizard.
Hank returns the iguana to find Bill.
Hey, who are you? What are you doing in Bill's backyard?
Hey, don't you recognize me?
Ugh.
I'm Lenore. Well, I'm just washing a dress for your big party, silly.
Oh, I'm sorry. You thought he wasn't gonna go off the deep end after waiting all that time for Lenore to return? That after you broke him mentally, his fractured psyche tried to cope with this by taking on the fantasized version of Lenore that Bill created in his own head that he hoped would return, which you can tell the way he acted is absolutely not the way the real Lenore acted. And I didn't need to wait until the episode where she did return to confirm this. This is obviously Bill creating this persona to fill the loneliness and creating someone that cares about him. And since Hank said she's never coming back, he handled this by becoming her instead. Or at least that's my hoot in the dark about this. And now we get to the part we all know.
Why do you keep calling me Bill?
Hank decides that since he tried defending Bill and now that he's broken, he tells him not to come to the Christmas party.
See you at the party.
No, No, you stay away from my party. No party, you got that?
I'm already invited, so there.
We also get a funny scene with Dale and the new Lenore.
Come on, you know you're Bill.
No, I don't know that. I'm Lenore.
Well, if you're Lenore, then where's Bill? Huh?
Bill's in the house. You want me to go get him?
I'm skeptical that you could, yet intrigued that you may. Bill's been acting a little weird lately, don't you think? Maybe it's me.
Bill's busy. I needed a wrap. It's chilly. Yep.
All right, that's it.
Another memorable moment in this episode where Dale is letting Lenore go to his house to get Bill, only to return with a jacket on, and his voice going from what he thinks Lenore sounds to his usual voice. And while Hank peels them potatoes in rage, he complains about the Bill situation.
He's not being an ingrate on purpose. The only way that Bill could get Lenore back was to become her. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some psychological basis to it.
Well, I don't know anything about psychology, but it sounds to me like Mr. Dautrieve needs closure. He needs to realize that Lenore's never coming back, and he needs to just move on with his life.
I just want to add how Luann just said the smartest thing in this whole episode. Luann, of all people, just gave the best advice in the whole episode. I miss early seasons Luann. Peggy suggests that she invites Lenore to the party, and Luann says something cute again.
Oh, I hope it works, but if they show up in the same dress, it'll be a disaster.
Oh, Luann, you really can make the worst of episodes better. At the party, Lenore arrives, and Hank tries to get them to leave, as the real Lenore calls just to tell Peggy that she isn't coming, as Bill falls apart even more, as the partygoers aren't having any of it, when Hank saves Bill.
Stop it!
Well, okie dokie. Everyone, let's play Boggle.
Also, I noticed that Dale just dropped his cigarette on the floor. Now, seeing Hank in one of Peggy's moo-moos is jarring enough, but you don't go and make burn marks in Hank's rugs. Come on, Dale. Have some control of your Manitobas. Hank runs after Bill and finally told him what he needed to hear.
I am Lenore, and I don't love you. I've left you forever because you're lazy and no good. We fight so loud all the neighbors can hear. Fight during the day, we fight during the night. Bill, if I wanted to work things out, I would have called. I don't love you anymore. That's it. I don't love you.
Bill finally gets the closure he needs, in a weird kind of way, by letting out all his feelings about Lenore leaving, as Hank finally drops the act, and Bill comes back to reality, as him and Bill watch the stars. What a lovely way to end the first review of Hootmas. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments. What'd you think of the episode and the review? As always, you fellow Hooties' opinion and feedback means a lot, and I can't thank you all enough for all of your support. Let's get to at least 300 subscribers by the end of 2024. So for those who haven't already, subscribe and join the Parliament of Hoots. And stay tuned for more Hootmas. Until then, I'll see you when you visit the Owlery again, and I give my hoot in the dark. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share with your fam, comment, subscribe today, and join the Parliament of Hoots. Don't forget to check out my other social medias like Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and the PSN. Don't forget to check out these 2 videos, it'll take you to more of my content, and I'll see you for another Hootmas.